Hi, everybody's calling me and say, hey Tim, find me an apartment. Rent is just too high. I can't deal with this management. I can't believe it. They just raised the rent again. Princeton, they raised the rent right now is up to 16. Everywhere else, you look around here, rent is like really high. Here is the bad news. The bad news is everybody's actually rent is gonna be high and it's gonna keep going high. But here's the good news. You could actually buy. I started doing this business about 10 years ago, right? One of the guys that I sold the house to just called me and said, hey Tim, how much is this house worth? He paid like 176, something like that, right? I showed him a process a couple of years back actually, how he could actually pay off his mortgage quickly. So now he actually, doesn't owe that much. But here's the other thing. The value of the houses have gone up dramatically. Since that time, they've gone up dramatically. So he actually lives in a two-family, right? So he lives in a two-family, and in that two-family, he rents downstairs. He rents downstairs up, and that he rents that out for about $14.50, which is actually how much the whole mortgage is. So the only thing he pays for is water, whatever, and his utilities. So he literally all these years he has not been paying for rent. So he's literally been living rent free. Now, tell you what, today that house is worth about $487. All right, this is two family. Today, the way he has it all set up, it's worth about $487. And guess what? He has not been paying rent all this time. He has not been paying mortgage all this time off his. He hasn't been paying off his income. He's just been using rent from tenant and so forth. Tenant space, so forth. And today, if he was gonna sell this house, he's gonna make over $300K from the house because he has paid down his mortgage. I don't know where you can see it. I think it's here, and you can't see the line. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. That's not gonna work. But this is how it works. Just think of it this way, right? Every time you pay a mortgage, you pay down your principal. So you bought a house for $250, you pay down the mortgage, you pay some money to the interest, some money to the principal, so you pay down. All right. Now at the same time, at an even higher rate, think of it as this angle, right? At this angle, that's what I was trying to do on a graph. At this angle, your mortgage, this is the value of the house. This is how much it's going. Because of inflation and everything, just the housing market in generally, like they always say, no more houses being built. So everybody, like for example, want to live in low, so and more people getting born, more people are moving here, so that way the market is eventually gonna go up. So that's the x-axis going up. At the same time, you do have another axis going down, and that is your principal, whatever you owe. So that's what's going down like that. And in between those two axes, sorry because my board is not working, but I have to do this video today, that is your equity. In between there, that's your equity. That's your wealth that you're trying to build. So you can imagine this guy only making about what? About $46,000 a year. $46,000 a year. How else on earth is he gonna be able to save 320 something? How else is he gonna be able to do? How else is he gonna be able to do that? But today, that's his actual wealth. Because if anything was to happen, if anything he said, hey, I'm gonna sell this house, I'm gonna make a decision, Tim, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna move out, he's gonna get a check for 325, right? Somebody making 46,000 a year right? There's no way on earth he's gonna be able to save 300 and something down. No way, no way he's gonna be able to do. I don't even know how he's able to live with 46,000, but that's how basically this man has able to kind of live. So it's the same thing to you. Today it's probably you buy a house, it's not gonna be it's not gonna be the same as rent. Rent right now for 3-bedroom is about 1,800, 1,600, right? For good house, if you wanted like a single family or something, it's probably gonna be everything included. It's gonna be about 2,500. But here's the thing: in a couple of years, that 2,500 is gonna remain the same for 30 years. It's gonna remain the same for 30 years. It's not gonna change. But I'm telling you that 1,800 bedroom apartment that's not yours, that could be sold, that anything could happen, that the owner's not going to change carpet, he asks rent in a rude way, he's very disrespectful, and all those manner of things, that rent, I can guarantee you, it's going to go up. Whatever you're paying today, next year is going to be more, and it's going to keep going up, up, and up, and up. So it's better off for you now to buy at today's level and set your cost at a given price. And tell you what, if you buy, I'll show you how you could actually pay down your mortgage even faster. So instead of like a 30-year mortgage, you actually pay it off in 15 years, but just adding just a little bit more to your principal and doing some few things here and there. So hopefully this is helpful. If you're one of my friends, I'm doing these videos for all my friends, but if you're one of my friends, please don't call me and say, hey Tim, rent is high, I need to find another place. And don't wait until then it's now 10 years again, and hey, now rent used to be $850. That's how much I was begging people, hey, rent this apartment for $850. That's the apartment that I used to have, $850 for 3-bedroom. Today is $1,850. I have an apartment right now I'm renting for $1,750, and the owner doesn't want to hear anything. You bring fast, last, and security. No question asked. You better have references. You better have good credit. It's actually harder to actually get an apartment right now than to actually rent, because that's $6,000 right there. You could actually get into a house. So contact me if this is helpful, and hopefully you're not one of those that gonna be feeling the pain in a couple of years, because you're still gonna be here hopefully, and the rent is still gonna be there, and it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be higher. So all the best. Have a good one.